been 10 years.
How long?
10 years.
10 years.
Since we started Steamforged, which feels crazy to say. You know, we're here now from the love and support of the community around Steamforged and what they've, you know, given to us over these years. It's been incredible, and we really want to celebrate this year with a series of announcements that are going to talk about kind of what we're doing and how we've been planning to help celebrate that across.
How's that different from any other year?
Because it's 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, it's 10 years. So
Are we doing more stuff?
We're doing some special stuff this year.
Special stuff.
Yeah, special
Okay.
stuff. So
Good.
this isn't everything. This is just the start of our announcements this year. So we've got much more to come throughout the year. And yeah, it's going to be quite exciting. So
I'm excited. One of the common themes that I see through the product range that's coming out is the influence that the community have had. And one of the things that I think that I'm particularly proud of seeing is the growth of the Discord community and the engagement that people have. And, you know, through 10 years, there's been ups and downs, right? More ups than downs, but it doesn't mean that the downs haven't been there. And I'm quite proud of how you and I and the team especially have pulled through that, kept going, kept focusing on what makes Steamforged to us at least, or certainly to me, is just that focus on trying to make the best game that we possibly can, and where we make mistakes, learning from them, and where we do good things, trying to make sure we repeat them, and if we can, improve on them.
Yeah.
And that's when you look at the product range that's launching next year, and some of the exciting initiatives that are coming out, and new technology platforms and things like that. It is kind of exciting. Let's start at the beginning.
okay.
So obviously the beginning for us was Guild Ball, wasn't it? And we've done a video recently that's talked about Guild Ball and the journey that went through, and part of the 10-year celebration when we started planning this, if you remember, we talked about we can't leave Guild Ball where it is.
No.
It's still a game that we talk about almost daily, and it's also a game that we know an increasing amount of people come up and chat to us at shows and things like that, asking when it's going to come back. And well, pretty much every social media post that we put out, we get at least one comment asking for Guild Ball to come back, which we think is a good thing.
It's a very nice thing. Yeah.
So, with all those wonderful minis that Russ and the sculpting team that we have here at Steamforged have put together, we recognise that actually there's some opportunities, isn't there, in terms of the advancement of print on demand and things like that. So we re-engineered the entire range and have put it onto print on demand. And it means that every mini for Guild Ball is now available for anyone who wants to play it. And hopefully that will see people being able to fill out their collections, play the games that they want to play, and you never know, get some new people playing the game.
Yeah. Over the last year, we spent that time putting the effort in and work in to get the range where it needs to be. You know, as Matt said, we want to see people celebrating it, and we want people to access these models that have been hard to find and hard to get hold of. And also people that never, you know, as Matt said, we always get comments about Guild Ball, and some people may not have seen what we did back in the day. So what we have done as well is bring the kickoff set, which was our intro or starter set, completely free now. So you can go on the website, you'll be able to download the STL files and 3D print them at home. That includes the full Brewers and Masons team with the accessories involved there, with the cards and everything, to experience what Guild Ball's like and play the game. One
of the things that's worth absolutely highlighting is the care that the community have looked after Guild Ball, and some of the changes that they've made are wonderful, and we're folding them in. So I know Jamie's been chatting with them quite closely about how to integrate those into effectively a quintessential Guild Ball rule set with 2 free teams to download and play the game. Hopefully more people will discover a really great game. Yeah. Because it is just a great game. It's just a great game, yeah. But yeah, the Guild Ball community project, that when, obviously when we retired, I've done a great job of being custodians and helping that game grow and thrive and keeping it alive. So hopefully this gives those people more opportunity as well to engage and more
access to the product. So again, they can make their job easier to keep supporting and supporting Guild Ball. And you never know where the future holds for.
Well, we'll find out. There's a lot of love for Gods here, and it's one of those really interesting products that's in a wonderful position right now. One of the things that we're going to focus on going forward for Gods here is not continually expanding the range, because there's an awful lot of champions, and as people discover the game,
24?
And as people discover the game, there's so many champions they can buy, there's so many combinations that they can try out, there's so many different scenarios that they can play. So one of the things that we want to really focus on is expanding that community engagement, the organised play, bringing new scenarios for people to try out all of their favourite lineups. Maybe the odd champion here or there.
24 is a weird number, and 25 sounds better, right?
It does.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. So maybe a champion here or there. Probably definitely one this year. But and I think one of the things that everyone who I've spoken to, and I certainly see it on the Discord, and I get a lot of feedback from Jamie as well, is people love the world and they're really curious about the world. And one of the things that we did deliberately is not write a lot of lore for the world. And it was a bit of a deliberate decision to make it distinct from the Guild Ball experience, because Guild Ball was a long-reaching story, lots of twists and turns along the way.
Heavy lore.
Had a predefined arc to the story, and we really drilled into the names and the characters of everyone in that setting. And it felt, if you imagine that's more like a TV show level of detail, what I really wanted to try and achieve with God Tier was more of that kind of movie trailer, high level, here's the big story, here's the big thing, and then you imagine, and like in God Tier, you play out your own stories. But people love the characters that we've created, and they want to know more about them. So we've been writing some lore for it and fleshing the world out, and that's going to start getting released pretty soon, actually, I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think that this year's all about awareness. I think is a key part about God Tier, about getting it to more places and getting people to see the game. Every time someone sits down and plays the game, they love the system. The feedback is fantastic, and we love the system too. And it's a unique place in the market. There isn't many much like it, and like games like it. We're not the only ones that are having an anniversary this year.
Yeah, I didn't realise that it synced up with that.
Yeah, so Capcom, our long-term partner now, are also having the 20th anniversary of Monster Hunter. As you know, we released Monster Hunter World earlier this year via Kickstarter, and also we did the Iceborne Kickstarter as well. The product's been received incredibly well.
Really well, really well. The community's thriving, isn't it? It's probably one of the biggest and is it the most active? Or
I think it's the most active. That and Resident Evil, both Capcom titles, have been incredibly active in our Discord.
Yeah, and I know the product owners who hang out with everyone chatting about the game and what they like and where they would love to see the game going. They've been listening and taking notes.
We are going to be making some new releases. So to celebrate this, a very much fan requested one is Kirin.
Everyone
wants
Kirin. So
bringing the Thunder unicorn to life, so I think everyone's going to be quite excited to see that. Kirin isn't the only one that's making an appearance as well. We do have a monster box coming.
We do,
which features the Great Gyros.
Easy for you to say.
The fan favourite alongside Kirin, I'd say. Radaban.
Or Radaban.
Radaban. Yeah, pronunciation is going to be difficult on these.
It's going to be key.
I'm not the best, but I'll try.
I'm judging you on the next one.
Thank you. The Ziki Yaku.
Pretty
get that right? That's not too bad. Yeah. They're all going to be making a feature as well in the monster box as well. So two great sets there, and I think the Monster Hunter World fans are really going to appreciate them coming to life and then be able to play them in the game and hopefully defeat them.
We're trying to make it a bit special with some sort of pre-order bonuses. So if people do want to get hold of them, come to Steamforged.com, and there's a whole load of cool new stuff, pre-order stuff that's, I think it's exclusive, isn't it?
It is. We're going to do some high level, for the highest level hunt, we're going to do some holographic cards.
Holographic cards?
Yeah, it's a nice little effect on them.
I'm looking forward to the neoprene mat.
And yes, double-sided neoprenes for the Coral Highlands and the Ron Vale's going to be appearing as well.
Playing on neoprene.
A lot of this has been influenced by the community as well, because a lot of these are fan favourites, and we've seen the wants from the community. It's always hard to pick which monsters to do, but I think we've got a nice selection here. And
it's not possible to overstate the community's influence in what we look to do and what we looked. At the end of the day, we just want to make things that people want and people want to play with and would be excited about. So yeah, sitting in the Discord server and on Facebook pages and sifting through and listening to what people are talking about. Yeah.
We're always thankful to Capcom as well for supporting our journey.
Oh yeah, brilliant partners. And can't wait to work on more products with them. More Monster Hunter. The thing I love about the Monster Hunter community is the amount of painted minis that you see for the sets, because it dwarfs the other games that we make, and we do see a lot of painted minis for our games, which makes me thoroughly happy as a probably primarily a painter. But Monster Hunter especially seems to just pull people to it to paint those. And
fabulous jobs as well for the scale of the minis really gives a nice definition on it.
Yeah, so seeing Kieran all painted up sometime next year is
that'll be
something to
wicked.
look forward to. Yeah.
Crowdfunding this year, we've got some nice projects going along. Before we talk about...
Hold on, we do every year.
True. I was just about to say, before we talk about what we've got coming, it's nice. Let's what we've done. Yeah. So last year we delivered Resident Evil 1 to the backers.
We did.
Yes. Again, received incredibly well across.
Really proud of that.
People have said, obviously we've had Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, now Resident Evil 1, and I think the response has been great to it. The evolve of that survival horror system and engine, people just love where it's at.
So not only is it the third installation of a brilliant engine, and the current iteration is really pinpoint on that experience that you have when you play Resi 1. It also means that we don't have to answer the why did you do 2, then 3, then now 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fabulous engine, so really proud of the work that the guys have done on that.
Yep.
I think we should redo 2 in the new engine.
And we're just about to deliver, I believe I'm getting it through on hot. The Euphoria is landing at the moment in Asia and coming to the rest of the world pretty much now.
Yeah.
RuneScape Kingdoms is hot on its tails along with Epic Encounters. All done pretty much before
Local Legends,
Local Legends.
Yeah, seeing all the final bits, all the photos coming over.
Yeah, so we've really, one of the things we've really focused on at Steamforged is delivering. We're not, I think crowdfunding is always a difficult market, and we've seen a lot of, bad, stories in the market on crowdfunding that have been great.
Well, right, well, let's be honest, we lived through one of the more painful Kickstarter experiences, didn't we? And learned a hell of a lot of lessons from it. So,
we did.
Everything that we do is built on the stuff that we've done previously. So focusing on kickstarting a great game, getting a really excited community, playing with them, listening to them, but then also in the background making sure we're developing the game to the highest quality we can and getting it delivered. It's the complete package.
Definitely. Yeah. And and we've done this now for 10 years. We've got very good at doing this, and we'll continue to do this.
We've got better.
We can always
be better again.
We can always improve, and I think we always are learning.
I think so.
So I think, but right now we've got a great track, record of last year and going into this year.
And we got some good projects coming up.
So we're bringing Euphoria back to Kickstarter. Now the delivery is happening right now. In spring of this year, Euphoria will be appearing again. It is a Kickstarter exclusive project, as you've probably seen. Some people might have seen on Euphoria. It's a big old box. Several big old boxes. If you've missed out on it, we have a lot of questions all the time about how can I get it? Is it going to be on the web stuff? Things like that. Well, actually, we're keeping this one on the crowdfunding, so you're going to find that in spring to get the original content. And, as you said, a new expansion, which at the moment we can't say too much about. There may be an image flashing up here. of a slightly scary spider lady with ice around.
Bit icy, bit
Yeah,
cold.
icy, bit cold. They've done some really cool work, Dyer, to bring this live. And again, we've really enjoyed working with them and supporting that journey of adding our experience and our infrastructure to helping them, design and develop what they've done. So
They're prolific now, aren't they?
Yeah.
The work they're getting through is unbelievable.
Yeah, so we're super happy with that, and long may it continue.
Well,
So,
first of many.
First of many.
In terms of expansions and great games coming from. I know Tadeusz has loads of ideas.
Yep. So I know that a lot of fans will be super happy for this one. So yeah. So over the last year as well, at Steamforged, we've brought some new titles into the stable.
We did.
So Euphoria was one of those. King Hill was one of those as well.
Yeah.
And Street Masters, most recently, is another one. There's an outstanding Kickstarter. The company that was running Street Masters got into some trouble. We've took over that responsibility to get that product to those people. We've not quite, but we tried to organise the position and understand where the stock is, and we've got a very good confidence now of how to get that product to those people.
Yeah.
And one of the ways we're doing that is we're going to be bringing Street Masters back to Kickstarter.
So we're bringing it to Kickstarter in February.
We are.
And we actually went back and two on that a little bit, didn't we? Because obviously Street Master's been Kickstarted and Indiegogo'd a couple of times now. But one of the things we wanted to do is find a mechanism that makes sense and how we can get it to those people who backed the previous campaign, but also what can we do as a value add.
Yes.
So the fact that that Adam and Brady have been working on an expansion, and knowing that we could kind of bundle everything together, so people who have previously backed the Indiegogo, if they back this campaign, get a new expansion, then they're going to get all their toys in one hit. We'll put out a much clearer image, maybe.
There's always new ones we're shipping, so we'll make sure we update the right channels. Adam and Brady are great guys. We met them at Gen Con. We had a good chat.
Did.
And we're looking forward to working with them. They've done some classic titles and some great products, and we're looking for a long-term relationship with them.
Definitely.
The last 10 years of growing from our start as a miniature games company with Guild Ball to now having role-playing games, to having board games, to having card games, to having a plethora of different products that people absolutely love across the spectrum, and be able to have such a broad range of announcements just at the start of this year, now in January. It's awesome to see.
Like the last 10 years has made me feel pretty lucky, to be honest with you. And I'm really excited about what the next 10 years is going to bring for us.